Om Shanti, 13th November 1981. Today, Baba is giving you the experience of Nirvana, the stage beyond sound, which means the stage of being an embodiment of silence. Your original religion, your pure actions, your original form, and your original land are those of peace. Your special power of the confluence age is the power of silence. All of you confluence aged souls have the aim of going to the sweet silence home. Your world needs the power of this eternal qualification of being an embodiment of peace and giving everyone peace. All problems can be solved with the power of silence. Why? When souls, the embodiment of peace, are in silence, they are in solitude, and their power is constantly concentrated. Then they can attain two special powers. One is the power to discriminate, and other is the power to judge. These two special powers easily enable you to resolve all problems in your interactions with others and in doing God's work. They easily enable you to become a destroyer of obstacles on God's path. You have to discern what Maya is and then after that judge what to do. Because of Maya's various forms, you are unable to recognize her from a distance and chase her away. Maya comes in a divine and royal form to the children who are following God's path. In order to recognize this form of Maya, you need to develop your power of concentration. Only when you develop the power of silence can you attain the power of concentration. At present, you Brahmin souls lack deep transformation because you consider the rolled gold form of Maya to be a real gold. Because of not being able to recognize her, you say, "What I did and said was all right. What have I done wrong? I have to continue to do this in this way." And even when you are wrong, you wouldn't consider yourself to be wrong. What is the reason for this? You lack the power to discriminate. You consider the royal form of Maya to be real. Because of not having the power to discriminate, you are unable to make an accurate judgment. You are unable to judge whether you yourself have to change or whether the other person has to change. This is why the speed of transformation has to be fast. Time is now moving very fast. However, there is a difference of day and night between the attainment you receive by transforming yourself according to the time and transforming yourself according to your elevated thoughts. It is the same with cars that people drive. One is a car that has a self-starter and other needs a push to start it. So there is a difference between the two. Therefore, to transform yourself by being pushed by time means that your car of effort can only continue with a push. It means that you are not being driven, but that you are driving the car. To transform yourself on the basis of time means to attain only a small share of attainment. One is the owner and other is a shareholder. The owner has all rights and the other just receives a drop. What is the reason for this? There is no experience of the power of silence. When you have the power of silence, you can develop the power of discrimination and the power of judgment. And through these powers, there will be deep transformation. Do you understand how great the power of silence is? The power of silence cools down the fire of anger. The power of silence can finish all upheavals of waste thoughts. No matter what your old sanskars are like, the power of silence can finish them all. The power of silence can easily finish any sickness in the mind. The power of silence can enable all souls to experience a meeting with the Father and the ocean of peace. The power of silence can enable the souls who have been wandering around for many births to experience the destination. It makes you a great soul, a righteous soul. The power of silence enables you to tour all three worlds in a second. Do you understand how great this power is? The power of silence enables you to labor less and with less expenditure attain greater glory. The power of silence enables you to be economical with your treasures of thoughts. This means you can attain greater success in less time. The power of silence changes crises of distress into cries of victory. The power of silence enables you to be constantly garlanded with the garland of success. There are cries of victory and you are garlanded. Therefore, what else remains? Everything has been accomplished. So, did you hear how great you are? You don't use this great power enough. You know how to shoot an arrow with words? Now shoot the arrows of silence through which you can bring about greenery even in the desert. No matter how hard mountain rocks may be, water can be made to emerge from it. Now use the power of silence in a practical way. Why does this land of Madhuban attract you all? Because you experience silence here, do you not? Therefore, make all your service centers and all the homes and families everywhere into a same Shanti Kund. Then the rays of peace will attract all souls everywhere in the world towards the experience of peace. That peace becomes like a magnet. The time will come when all your centers become magnets of peace. You will not have to go anywhere, but people themselves will come to you. However, this will only happen when you have the great power of silence. Only when you have this power in your thoughts, words and action can you become a master bestower of peace. Therefore, now do you understand what you now have to do? Acha. This morning a brother from Karnataka left his body in Madhuban and the cremation ceremony was held in Abu. What lesson did you learn today? What lesson was made firm for everyone by the group from Karnataka? Was the lesson of always being ever ready made firm for you? Everyone's bag and baggage of the body, bodily relations, physical possessions, sanskar should constantly remain packed. How do you demonstrate the power to pack up in the posters? You show a packed bag and baggage. This is what you show, is it not? You should not even have to think about doing this or becoming this, or that something still remains to be done. Be ready in a second. You should be ever ready for whenever the call of time comes. So did you make this lesson firm? The line of fortune of that soul was also drawn. Generally, a Brahmin priest or a Pandit is invited to the final ceremony of a soul. However, they are only that in name, whereas here, so many Brahmins gave a hand. This happened in the greatest pilgrimage place where are the most elevated Brahmins of all. Everyone cooperated as embodiments of remembrance. Therefore, that soul has such elevated fortune. Did all of you learn the lesson of always being ever ready? Baba asked his widow, what lesson did you learn? You showed your form of success. You showed your practical form of an embodiment of power. Acha. To those who are constantly embodiments of the awareness of their own form, their original religion, their elevated action and their original land, to those who are constant embodiments of peace and who make others into embodiments of peace with their power of silence, to those who constantly move along in the waves of the ocean of peace and who become great and righteous towards other souls, to those who are to become pure charitable souls and embodiments of peace, to such souls, Bap Dada's love, remembrance and Namaste.